Good afternoon, everybody. It is Steve Lookner with Agenda Free TV. There is possible new fighting going on in the Iran war. There are reports of explosions in Kuwait after Kuwait said its air defense was active against drone and or missiles incoming. Also, reports of unconfirmed reports of explosions in Iran. So we want to get you the latest updates here. And I'm going to check out what we're seeing right now. But just so you can see here, hang on a moment here. You can see here, Kuwait is saying Kuwaiti air defenses are currently confronting hostile missile and drone attacks. That was posted about 35 minutes ago by Kuwait. Actually, about 35 minutes ago by Kuwait. And there are reports, there are some unconfirmed reports of possible missile launches from Iran towards Kuwait. So we want to bring you the latest updates here about what's going on. Unclear exactly what is going on. And let's see here. Give me a moment. There is video floating around of air defenses in Kuwait. And also, there is reporting in, let me show you here, in Iranian media. Let me pull something up. Give me one moment here. Give me one moment here. Iran media had reported an explosion in Iran. So we're going to talk about that as well. Let's need that off. We need this on. That off, that off. This on. This on. This on. This on. This on. Give me one moment. Okay, we got that. Good. Okay. Here is, by the way, marine traffic. And let me show you what Mehr News said. Mehr News Iran said this. And this was about an hour ago. Mehr News, Iranian state media, said explosion heard in Keshem Island area. On Wednesday morning, the sound of explosions, plural, was reported in the area of Keshem Island, Keshem City. That's on Keshem Island, is right next to the Strait of Hormuz. It's this island right here. On Wednesday morning, the sound of explosions was reported in the area of Keshem City by local sources and residents of the island. According to this report, the exact nature of these sounds is still unclear, and none of the official military and law enforcement agencies have commented on the cause of these sounds so far. Now, again, shortly after this, we heard there was a report from Vahid Online that of missiles possibly being launched from Iran. And then we heard shortly after this, about 20 minutes after this, Kuwait said their air defenses were active. And then there were reports of possible explosions in Kuwait. Oh, breaking news. We have Iran media is reporting that a projectile hit the Iranian coast. Here, hold on a moment here. Look at this. Look at this from Iranian media. New from Iran media. They say the projectile hit the Iranian coast between the city of Susa and the village of Masan. Iran state media. A projectile hit the Iranian coast between the city of Susa and the village of Masan. That was just posted by Mer News, Iranian state media. Give me a moment here. They just posted that right now. Now I don't know when that happened, but they just posted it. Let me show you that post right now. Give me a quick moment here. So again, this is just moments ago reported by Iranian state media. They say that Iranian radio and television, state radio and television says, the projectile hit the Iranian coast between the city of Susa and the village of Masan. I don't even know. Oh, there's Susa right there. So Susa is there. Is that what we're talking about? Susa on Keshem Island? There's a Susa on Keshem Island. That I don't know. We'll have to wait until we get more about that. Hold on a moment here. Hold on. Okay, so Iranian state media is claiming attacks on a U.S. base in Kuwait. Iranian state media is claiming attacks on a U.S. base in Kuwait. Look at this. Look at this right here. Earlier, about an hour or so ago, or maybe 2 hours ago, the U.S. had reported, I believe, an attack on a ship that was related to keep enforcing the blockade. I'll tell you about that in a second. Okay, so you can see right here, Iranian state media says the attacks on the U.S. base in Kuwait came immediately after the sound of an explosion was heard in Keshem, and also after CENTCOM claimed to have attacked and seized an empty Iranian tanker in the Persian Gulf. Iranian state media reports attacks on a U.S. base in Kuwait that came immediately after the sound of an explosion was heard in Keshem, and also after CENTCOM claimed to have attacked and seized an empty Iranian tanker in the Persian Gulf. Hang on a moment here. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. Getting you the latest updates here. You need another second here. Give me another second. Just give me another second. So I'm just updating something here. Let me just fix the graphic over my shoulder. Okay, now let's see what other, so again, Iranian state media is reporting attacks on Arab sources. Well, let me pull that up. Iranian state media reports attacks on a U.S. base in Kuwait. Now let's see what else is being reported here. Are there new sirens in Kuwait? Okay, new update from Kuwait. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this from Kuwait 8 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago from Kuwait. Look at this. The General Staff of the Army urges brotherly citizens and residents not to approach or touch any debris, shrapnel, or unidentified objects that may result from intercepting hostile aerial targets due to the danger they may pose to public safety. It is also emphasized the necessity of immediately reporting any of these remnants via the emergency number or the competent authorities. So this was 8 minutes ago. There's unconfirmed reports of either missile or interceptor debris on the ground in Kuwait. All right, hang on a moment. We have more to discuss here. By the way, there are reports that Vahid Online, about 10 minutes ago, got reports from Iran, new reports of launches from Iran, about 10 minutes ago, and also unconfirmed reports that sirens are sounding again in Kuwait. Unconfirmed reports of that. Tasnim reports multiple explosions. This is unconfirmed. Tasnim state media, Iran, reports multiple explosions occur in Erbil, Iraq. This is unconfirmed from Iranian state media. Unconfirmed from Iranian state media, multiple explosions occur in Erbil, Iraq. That it's unconfirmed, of course, but they're reporting it. What else did they say? Unconfirmed reports of explosions in Kuwait. Ali BK, who I follow on Telegram, is reporting that sirens continue to sound in Kuwait, and that there are unconfirmed reports of. Hold on a second. Breaking news. We also have Kuwait news agency. Now, I don't know if this is delayed. New report of air defenses in Kuwait. This is right now. It just got posted. This is Kuwait Army. Kuwaiti air defenses are currently intercepting hostile missile and drone attacks. This is another one of these. So there was one of these about 45 minutes ago. There's another one. Air defenses are currently intercepting hostile missile and drone attacks. That is happening now. That was just posted by Kuwait. So it sounds like, I mean, it's possible that Iran is attacking Kuwait after the U.S. launched strikes in Iran. We've seen that happen before. Now, just to go back to something that happened, which certainly may be related to all this, CENTCOM, the U.S. media, the U.S. military posted about, when did they post this? They posted about 2 hours ago this. They said they had attacked a ship. And let me show you this. And this could all be related. CENTCOM disables non-compliant vessel in Arabian Gulf. U.S. forces disabled an unladen oil tanker that was attempting to sail toward an Iranian port on June 2nd. U.S. CENTCOM enforced blockade measures against Botswana-flagged MT Lexi, a Botswana-flagged tanker, as it transited international waters toward Iran's Karg Island. The ship's crew ignored repeated warnings, failing to comply with directions from U.S. forces multiple times over a 24-hour period. A U.S. aircraft ultimately disabled the vessel by firing a Hellfire missile into the ship's engine room, preventing the tanker from reaching Iran. And here is a photo of this. Here's a video of this. This tanker was headed to Iran, and this is the U.S., which was released a couple hours ago, firing a missile and hitting the engine room of the tanker. All right, hold on a second here. So that could be related to all this. Reports of in Bahrain now. OSINT Technical says there are reports of sirens in Bahrain and possible explosions there. Let me see. Hang on. There's a lot going on right now. There is a lot going on right now. Oh, Ali BK who I follow, is reporting explosions in Bahrain and air defenses in Bahrain. Okay, so there's unconfirmed reports now of air defense. Oh, Faytux News posted it too. Faytux News says that there are explosions and sirens reported in Bahrain according to locals. I've seen several unconfirmed reports online of explosions and air defense now in Bahrain. So is this a situation where look, Iran is saying that there was a strike on Keshem Island recently, and the U.S. said it fired a missile into a tanker that was heading towards Iran. That seemed like it was several hours ago. And so is this a case where Iran is responding to those U.S. strikes by firing missiles at other countries like Kuwait and Bahrain? That certainly could be happening. But again, multiple rounds of sirens in Kuwait. And they just a few minutes ago said again in Kuwait that their air defense was active against drones and or missiles. Explosions reported. Some more on reported explosions in Keshem Island. Okay, this is from Iranian state media Fars. They say this is Keshem Island is in Iran. It's next to the Strait of Hormuz. Some locals in Keshem report hearing at least 3 explosions from the south of Keshem Island. Investigations by a Fars reporter indicate the sound of explosions came from the direction of the village of Masan and the sea area. There is still no report on the nature of these explosions. At the same time, the media reported the activation of the alarm in Kuwait and the occurrence of several explosions at bases in Kuwait. So Iran state media Fars at least 3 explosions were heard from the south of Keshem Island. Now that could have been a while ago. That's not necessarily the last 5 minutes. Might be talking about the explosions we heard about earlier, but they're saying multiple explosions were heard. Unconfirmed. I'm seeing unconfirmed video from Ali BK that appears to show, again, it's unconfirmed, explosions in the sky in Bahrain. It's not. I'm sorry. Reports. It's a photo. So there are unconfirmed reports of air. Oh, Bahrain. Breaking news. Bahrain. Bahrain says alarm siren has been activated. Bahrain confirms. Breaking news. The alarm siren has been activated. Air defense in Bahrain. Breaking news. You're going to see it right now. The alarm siren has been activated in Bahrain. I don't know when the last time Bahrain activated air defenses. Wow. So Bahrain is confirming air defense is active. Citizens and residents are requested to remain calm, head to the nearest safe location, and follow updates through official channels. Hang on. I have a typo here. So this certainly appears to be new fighting. Oh, there's a new statement from the Revolutionary Guard. Hold on a second. Hold on. Just spotted by Faytux News. Where was this from? Hang on. Where is this from? Faytux News seemed to have found a Revolutionary Guard statement. Where is this? I was trying to confirm that for you. I'll show you what Faytux News posted in a second. I'm trying to confirm it here. Not sure where that came from. Vahid Online reports that 10 minutes ago, 2 missiles were fired towards Arab countries. Okay. Multiple missiles. Vahid Online reports in the last 10 minutes, multiple missiles were fired from Iran at Arab countries. Okay, hold on. Vahid Online posts reports from Iran of multiple missiles being fired at Arab countries in the last 10 minutes. Note, time now in Iran is 2:31 a.m. Okay. So again, air defense is active in Iran, Bahrain, and Kuwait. I am trying to confirm the source of that supposed message from the Revolutionary Guard. Yeah, I know there's a statement from the Revolutionary Guard that's floating around, but I have not seen the original source of the statement. So I have not seen it in Iranian state media. So I'm trying to find the original source of that statement. I want to confirm the statement is legit. Because I just see some people posting it, but I have not. Usually it gets posted by Iranian state media, and I haven't seen it yet there. I haven't seen it from any Iranian state media. None of it. You'd think they'd post it. So I want to be careful about that claimed statement floating around. Because I don't have any confirmation. As soon as as soon as I can confirm it, I will let you know. I've not seen it anywhere, and I don't have an answer as to where it came from. I mean, everybody's cutting and pasting the statement, but nobody's saying where they got it. So again, I'm sure if it's legit, it'll get confirmed by Iranian state media soon. But I've seen no mention of it in Iranian state media. I'm looking at a bunch of different sites. Nothing. So I'll let you know. It's strange though, because normally that gets posted. All right, let's see what else we have for you. Let me check. You know what I'm going to check? I'm going to check one site here. Let's try this. Let's try this. Yeah, I don't have that confirmed yet. It's very weird. Very weird. Okay, so let's see what other updates we can get. We've heard about missiles possibly fired from Iran at Kuwait and Bahrain. It's been confirmed by Kuwait and Bahrain that air defenses are active there. Reports in Iranian state media that there have been explosions in Iran. We know that several hours ago, the U.S. fired a missile at a unladen tanker that was heading to Iran's Karg Island. Someone had asked about oil prices. Give me a moment here. All right, here's oil. Okay, look at this. Just in the last little bit, this is oil. Well, oil was about a half an hour ago. It was about 93.87 WTI, and now it's 94.58. So it's up a bit. And then I think Brent crude might be. It closes for a bit each day. Brent crude might not be open at the moment. I'll keep an eye on that. Bitcoin is at 60. By the way, Bitcoin's been dropping today. I don't know if any of the drop is due to the Iran stuff, but Bitcoin is now is at 66,472, as you can see there on tradingview.com. I still have no confirmation on that supposed statement from the IRGC. Revolutionary Guard that's been floating around the internet. I have not seen a single Iranian news outlet post that, which is very strange if it's legit, because usually they post that stuff. Now, it very well might be legit, but I have yet to see. I have yet to see what the source of that is. We have lots of people cutting and pasting it, but I have not seen an original source from Iran. So I just can't confirm that right now. OSINT Technical posted it from an Iraqi source, but again, that's not a source in Iran, so I want to be careful and just, I'm sure it'll get posted by Iranian media if it's legit. And I have my eyes out. There are various videos floating around which I don't have the rights to, showing explosions in the sky and things flying through the sky in Kuwait. I don't have I don't have a reliable assessment of what's happened there. Have any missiles hit targets in Kuwait or Bahrain? We don't know at this point. We just don't know. I have not seen a statement from the U.S. about any of this. But again, a bunch of videos floating around showing missiles, going through the sky, and looks like air defense is going through the sky in Kuwait. Oh, hold on a second. Roy Case. Well, I don't know where he's getting that from. I'm seeing a lot of stuff posted that's not sourced, so I want to be very careful here. I'm just seeing stuff posted with no sourcing. And I haven't seen Iran like, well, I'll wait, but I personally have not seen Iran take credit for attacks. I have not seen any Iranian uh, claim that they have, coming from a state media, the government, that they launched missiles. I'm guessing that's what's happened, but I haven't seen that yet from them. So, trying to be careful here and wait until we actually know something a little better, or at least have claims from, governments or, well-known media outlets that are saying where they're getting this stuff. But we do know that Kuwait and Bahrain both said that they've activated air defenses. It certainly seems like there have been missiles fired at Kuwait from Iran. That's what it certainly seems like from everything we're hearing. All right, trying to get you more updates here, guys. As soon as I have anything new, I will tell you. And it's weird, it's interesting. Iranian state media, they're not saying right now, we did this. They're posting stuff like reports we're hearing. So this is Iranian state media Fars, which is affiliated with the Revolutionary Guard. Now, I'm sure they have more information. They say, according to Arab media reports, missile and drone attacks on American military bases in Kuwait and Bahrain continue, and the warning sirens continue to sound. Now, they're affiliated with the Revolutionary Guard, so I'm sure they know more than Arab media reports, but there's no official statements from them yet. And again, videos of projectiles going through the sky have come out in Kuwait and Bahrain. I don't know if anything has been hit there. Also, unclear those reported explosions at in Iran. What's that all about? Don't know. Appreciate you being with us for the coverage and just trying to get you more information right now. And Iranian state media is still posting, Arab media says, so they're not providing information directly from Iran yet. I'm sure they will at some point. I'm sure they'll provide some claims from Iran, but they're not doing it yet. But I don't remember the last time. I mean, we've seen some occasions during the last several weeks where Iran fired things at Bahrain, at Kuwait. I don't remember when they last fired. I don't know if they fired at Bahrain since the ceasefire started. If they have, it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened often. And again, this is kind of a weird thing. This is Iranian state media Tasnim. They just posted this, and it's like, well, Iran state media Tasnim says Arab sources report the sound of heavy explosions at the U.S. 5th Naval Base and the Al Jafiri base in Bahrain. I mean, but again, I'm sure the Iranian government knows more than this. So, but they're doing this thing now where they say Arab sources report. So I can't speak to the accuracy of those reports. Fars News Iran says it is said that the Al Jafri base and the headquarters of the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet in Bahrain were hit, but they don't give evidence of that. So now Aleph says there's reports. Aleph, who I follow, claims there are reports of sirens in Saudi Arabia. Now I haven't heard that yet. That's the first I've heard of sirens in Saudi Arabia. Then I'm seeing an unconfirmed report of some sort of explosions in the Dubai area, but that's also unconfirmed. So I just saw some unconfirmed reports about Saudi Arabia and Dubai, but we'll have to see because that's very unconfirmed right now. Yeah, unconfirmed reports I'm seeing online, not well sourced, of explosions, not explosions, of sirens in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so this is Fars State Media. Fars State Media Iran is claiming that airstrike warning sirens have been activated at American base in Saudi Arabia. Again, I don't know if that's true. I've seen several reports in the last couple minutes online, but nothing right now that is very well sourced. So we'll have to see if we hear more about that. So nothing confirmed about Saudi Arabia at the moment that I've seen. Faytux Network says there's a new air closure in Bahrain. Give me a second here. That's what they say. Give me 1 second here. Give me one moment. Okay, so unconfirmed reports continue to float around online claiming that there are claiming that there are sirens going on in Dubai and Saudi Arabia. But I don't have real good sourcing on those at this point. Trying to get better sourcing on those reports claiming that there are sirens in Saudi Arabia and the UAE. I'm looking for something more reliable there. Shin reports jet activity over Tehran province, Iran. Shin, who I follow, who reports stuff from Iran. Hang on a moment here. And lots of unconfirmed stuff floating around right now. And I don't, when you have Iranian state media saying sirens in Saudi Arabia, but I mean, I don't want to rely on them for that. No, there's no live cameras in these places. That I don't recall there in any recent history there being live cameras of this stuff in these places. Let me also show you here. Give me a second. Let me also show you. We should check out the flight radar. I've seen some reports online of air traffic disruptions. Let's see. Why is everybody tracking this? That says Bahrain to Moscow, but it hasn't taken off yet. Looks like. Let's see. What else is everybody tracking? Usually when there's also been kind of weird stuff going on recently with GPS signals giving you, I don't know if it's like GPS disruption, but you get these weird paths. So that's not probably not going to be an actual path of a plane. Anyways, I'll go back to that. I was looking to see if a lot of people were tracking like planes circling and stuff, but that's an Abu Dhabi plane, but can't really see that's not being actively tracked right now. All right, so let's just go back and I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, there's unconfirmed reports of air disruptions. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm seeing this post from Tux Network and OSINT Technical about this. Hold on, I'll try to pull it up here on the screen. This airspace closure here. Where is... For some reason, it's not on. I was looking on safe airspace and I didn't see it there. Weird. Start date April 2nd. Notice. I know what I'm doing wrong. Sorry. Notum search. Let's see here. I found it. Here it is. Here is the Bahrain airspace closure. Shout out to Phatex Network and OSINT Technical. Bahrain FIR is closed to all traffic with the exception of prior approval. OBBI departures exiting via Narmi. So Bahrain FIR is, I believe, basically, let me just see this. Hold on a second here. And that started at, well, but this is weird. Why is it saying 242? This seems like it's old. But is this, let me just double check this, because OSINT Technical and Phatex Network both just posted about this. And I believe they posted this. So that's a little confusing because it, on the face of it, it doesn't seem like it's from now. Now it's not. Now is it? OSINT Technical took it down. I don't know. Let's see, because that certainly doesn't look like it's from now. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it anywhere now. It's been, so maybe I saw it post. I saw OSINT Technical and Phatex Network post about something. I saw this one, but this obviously is not new. Oh, let's see. Is there a new one? Well, let's look here. Start date, no. There was one started on June 1st. There was one started on June 11th. So that's my fault. I do not see one that started today. Today is June 2nd, and it would be June 3rd there. So I don't see a new one there yet. I'll let you know. But I don't have access to that right now. Sorry for that digression. We might have all been confused. I still have not seen any confirmation of any kind of sirens going off in the UAE or Dubai at this point. And no, I have not seen any update from Bahrain or Kuwait about what happened there or the US. Nothing. And no update from Iran after saying that there were explosions in Iran, heard from Keshem Island. Yeah, some people had posted about Bakersfield. There's a bomb threat. BNO News said there's a bomb threat and hostage situation reported at Chase Bank in Bakersfield, California. FBI Sacramento said that they are aware of the crisis near the corner of 17th Street and Chester Ave in Bakersfield and are sending resources to assist the Bakersfield police. Bakersfield police said they were at the Chase Bank. They were looking at a bomb threat there. Confirmed bomb threat. Chase Bank building at Chester Ave and 17th Street. So I'll keep an eye on that too. again, Iranian state media keeps posting about sirens in the UAE and Saudi Arabia, but I have not seen any kind of reliably sourced um, information about that. I have seen no confirmations of that going on. So, waiting to hear more. Also, as I mentioned, there was this purported statement by the Revolutionary Guard floating around earlier. That still has not even been discussed that I've seen in Iranian state media. And I don't have any kind of reliable sourcing as to where that's exactly from. So, in my experience, when the Revolutionary Guard makes a big statement, it comes right out in Iranian state media. So, I don't know why it's not there. But I don't find it reliable until it's there. Fars news agency is affiliated with the Revolutionary Guard. They never posted it. Nothing. Not a peep. So I'm not sure about that statement. We'll have to see. Seems very strange to me that there would be some big statement by the Revolutionary Guard and no one in Iranian state media would be posting it. So if I see it from a source, when I see it from Iran, I'll let you know. Hang on a moment here. OSIN Technical posted a supposed footage of a likely Patriot interceptor falling just after launch during the Iranian attack on Kuwait. I'll post a link to that in the chat. I don't have the rights to show that on screen, but I'll post a link to it. All right, hang on a moment here. I also wanted to re-show you what CENTCOM had posted, because that might have started this whole thing, but I don't know. Hold on here. Here again is this video that CENTCOM posted. CENTCOM said, US CENTCOM, this was several hours ago that they posted this. They said they disabled an unladen oil tanker that was attempting to sail toward an Iranian port, Karg Island, on June 2nd. And they said CENTCOM enforced blockade measures against Botswana-flagged MT Lexi as it transited international waters toward Karg Island. The ship's crew ignored repeated warnings, failing to comply with directions from U.S. forces multiple times over a 24-hour period. A U.S. aircraft ultimately disabled the vessel by firing a Hellfire missile into the ship's engine room, preventing the tanker from reaching Iran. And they actually posted a video of this. show you that again. Oh, thanks for letting me know in the chat. CENTCOM has posted again. CENTCOM posted again. Hang on a moment here. CENTCOM says hold on. Breaking news from CENTCOM. Breaking news. We have an update from CENTCOM. Here's what they say. U.S. forces successfully defeated multiple Iranian ballistic missiles and drones and conducted self-defense strikes on Qeshm Island in response to attempted attacks by Iran across the Middle East June 2nd. Iran launched several ballistic missiles toward regional neighbors. However, all failed to hit their intended targets. 2 Iranian missiles fired at Kuwait fell short or broke apart en route, and 3 missiles launched at Bahrain were immediately intercepted by U.S. and Bahrain air defense forces. Moments earlier, CENTCOM forces shot down 3 one-way attack drones launched by Iran toward civilian mariners that were rightfully transiting interregional waters. American forces also conducted self-defense strikes on Iranian military ground control station on Qeshm Island. No U.S. personnel were harmed. U.S. I mean, I'm doing my best to sum it up. In the headline there, but they're saying that again. This sounds like what just happened. I assume because there were sirens in Bahrain and Kuwait. The U.S. says, I'll read this again. U.S. forces successfully defeated multiple Iranian ballistic missiles and drones and conducted self-defense strikes on Qeshm Island in response to attempted attacks by Iran across the Middle East June 2nd. I believe this is just in the last couple hours. Iran launched several ballistic missiles toward regional neighbors. However, all failed to hit their intended targets. 2 Iranian missiles fired at Kuwait fell short or broke apart en route. And 3 missiles launched at Bahrain were immediately intercepted by the U.S. and Bahrain air defense forces. Moments earlier, U.S. Central Command forces shot down 3 one-way attack drones launched by Iran toward civilian mariners that were rightfully transiting regional waters. American forces also conducted self-defense strikes on an Iranian military ground control station on Qeshm Island. No U.S. personnel were harmed. CENTCOM forces remain vigilant and ready to defend against unwarranted Iranian aggression during the ongoing ceasefire. There's still a ceasefire, by the way. Ongoing ceasefire. Wow. Wow. All right, give me a moment here. Now, we're expecting a statement from Iran on all this. What I'm going to do, give me 2 seconds here. Let me do it this way. let me do this. Put this here. Put this here. Then put this here. Put that up there. And then let me see if we have a statement from Iran about all of this. Okay, we have a new statement from Iran. New statement from Iran. New statement from Iran. Here. This is from Iranian state media. Hang on, I'm going to put it on the screen right now for you. This is from Iranian state media. Now, this may be the same statement that was floating around before, but it's now posted by Iranian state media. Uh-oh. I got to hold on. It just everything got messed up. Everything got messed up. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. I haven't even read it myself. All right, here it is. The U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters, they claim, was attacked by missiles and drones from the Revolutionary Guard Aerospace Force, Iranian Revolutionary Guard. Late last night, the aggressive U.S. military hit an Iranian tanker near the Strait of Hormuz with an aerial projectile, causing damage to the engine room. That's, I guess, the Botswana flagged tanker that CENTCOM was talking about that they posted the video of. Anyways, in response to this aggression and violation of the regulations of the Strait of Hormuz, a vessel belonging to the American-Israeli enemy, the Panaya, was targeted by IRGC naval missiles. In a renewed aggression, the American enemy targeted a communications tower of the Revolutionary Guard in the south of Keshem Island, with its aerial projectiles. In response to this aggression, their airbase and helicopters located in one of the countries in the region, as well as the headquarters of the U.S. Fifth Fleet, were attacked by missiles and drones from the IRGC Aerospace Force. We had previously warned that in case of aggression, the response would be different and more severe, and we acted accordingly. These responses should have served as a lesson. We repeat that disrupting the security of the Strait of Hormuz will have a severe cost for the aggressive American army. So that is the new statement where they say, again, we were talking about this. It looks like this started when the U.S. fired a missile into the engine room of a ship that Iran says was an Iranian tanker. It was a tanker headed for Karg Island, says the U.S. Iran didn't like that. They said that they fired drones, they say naval missiles. They fired missiles or drones at a ship in the Strait of Hormuz. Well, I'd have to look up where this was. They said it's the Panaya, but I assume it's off the coast of Iran. I can look it up here. MSC Panaya is a container ship. And view on live map. Is that even recent though? No, that's an old, that's that's at least a day old. I tried to track the Panaya on the live map, but it hasn't been, the tracking is like old. it looks like it's in Bahrain right now, but it's not. Well, we don't know where it is right now because the tracking is from oh, that's actually, you know what? I'm sorry. That's 2 hours and 38 minutes ago, so that's not old. So that's where it is. That ship is currently, looks like it's docked in Bahrain. And that's what it says. All right, hold on a second here. I don't know where it was before. Anyways, so that aside, they said that after the U.S. Fired a missile at an Iranian tanker, they fired naval missiles at a vessel they said that belongs to the American-Israeli enemy. The Panaya, by the way, is a container ship that is flagged in Liberia, but I don't know its whole ownership history. And then they say, when they targeted that ship, the U.S. then targeted a communications tower of the Revolutionary Guard in the south of Keshem Island with projectiles. And again, that's probably the explosions that were being heard in Keshem Island. And in response to this, Iran said that they targeted the air base and helicopters of the U.S. in one of the countries in the region, as well as the headquarters of the U.S. Fifth Fleet, which I think is in Bahrain, were attacked by missiles and drones. And they say that they will continue to attack if there will be a severe cost for the aggressive American army if they keep, as they say, disrupting the security of the Strait of Hormuz. Wow. So more fighting. More fighting. Let me see if I have any more updates here. Give me a moment here. So we have the two accounts here. We have one from Iran and one from the US. Let me put the US one on the screen too. We can have both of them on the screen for you. There it is. Those are the two, the US account and the Iranian account. Crypto 38 says, if you believe the war was over, you have not been paying attention. By the way, let me just real quick. All right, so we're going to have more updates in a moment. Real quick, I need to do this. This is a sponsored broadcast today, and we have a new sponsor, Mars Men. So let's hear a quick word from me about Mars Men, and then we'll give you more updates. Are you a guy who's getting a bit older and worried about dad bod? You're working out the same. You're eating basically the same, but you're finding it harder to stay in shape? Well, if you're having that problem, the people at Mars Men have a suggestion for you. They say their Mars Men supplement can help keep the dad bod away. Mars Men is designed to support healthy testosterone levels, which can help your body burn fat more efficiently and build lean muscle. And Mars Men has a 90-day money-back guarantee. If you don't love it, you get your money back. Now, for a limited time, our viewers can get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com for 50% off, plus 3 free gifts when you check out. And it's also available on Amazon. After you purchase, they will ask how you heard about them. Please support the channel and tell them who sent you. Okay, we are back. Let's see if we can get more updates on what is going on. This is like, how many times has this happened in the last week and a half? I feel like there's been like 5 or 6 days when there's been fighting between Iran and the US in like roughly the last week and a half. I also want to check. Oh, we should check the oil price too. Let's check the oil price. Okay, so here is, I think, oops, now we still have this on the screen. We don't want that. Here is Brent crude, but is the Brent crude market is not open at the moment. It shuts a bit each day, so it's closed for the moment, but it'll be open soon. This right there, this is interesting. So this is WTI crude. So the new trading day, I guess, started. It had a brief closure. It has a brief closure every day when it's open too, but it opened back up. I believe is that 6 p.m. That's 6 p.m. Eastern time. It opened up and it was at roughly 93.5 or so. Then it went up to over 95. So it went up about $2 as all of this was going on. And then in the last half an hour, it's dropped like $1. So it is up, WTI is up 1.5% today. But you can see it went up a bunch and then it went down some. Maybe when things settled down a bit. Also, I do want to mention Bitcoin has been dropping today. I have no idea how this relates to the Middle East stuff, but Bitcoin is below 67,000. That's from TradingView.com. Okay. I will check on Bakersfield in a second. I haven't had a... Oh, has President Trump posted about everything today or not? Anything from Trump? No, I don't see any posts from President Trump about what we have just been covering. Nothing. Hey, real quick, I haven't even had time to thank the moderators and thank other people as you look at the statements about what happened from CENTCOM on the left and Iranian Revolutionary Guard on the right. So let me really quick thank our moderators. I really appreciate it. Beth Mythical and Ruth are moderating over on YouTube. Haley Girl is moderating on YouTube. Leslie Ladyhawk is moderating on YouTube. Thank you so much. On Twitch, we have our moderators, including people like Big Ball of Yarn, De Bears, I Got That Fire, Matthew Kohai 3, Sarah, and Tariag. Linda Belk, Larry, and Misha moderate for us over on X. And I want to thank our Facebook moderators as well. Give me a second here. Really appreciate it. We have modding, including people like Big Ball, Darren Charlo, Kay Lowry Body, Shannon Davis Hughes, Michael Fergal. Thank you so much for moderating there. And also, I owe a couple thank yous. I haven't even had time to thank anybody. We've been so busy with everything going on. Hey, thanks so much to Louis R. Thank you, Louis R. Hey, Louis, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks, Kerry Poteet, for the memberships. Thank you, Kerry. Thanks, Corey 2SS, Brandon Recovery 36, Sam Patton for being a member. I Am Charlie, thanks. Thorn Ravenstar, thanks for being a member. GT 50069. I see your message, GT. I'll keep an eye out for that, GT. I Am Charlie again. Yeah, we're as I posted on the Agenda Free TV X account earlier today, I am planning on doing coverage of the California primaries. The polls don't close until 11, so I was going to come on in a little bit for that. So I'll see if it's going to be a different stream, or I'll probably do a different stream for that. But we are going to have coverage. Ed Weeby, thanks for the membership. Melody, Jay, Jeff, thank you. LAR45NJ, thanks for being a member. Jeff T88, Jeff TE88 PFCR, thanks for the memberships. I really appreciate that. Hamiltonian, thanks for being a member. Zero Dawn, thanks for the memberships and for your support. Zero Dawn. I also owe a thank you to Vlachy Guy for the memberships. Kerrig K-Cup, thanks for being a member. Oh, what's her name? Thanks for your support. Oh, what's her name? Also, Jeff TE88 PFCR. Thank you. Craze5351. Yeah, I'll try to get an update on Bakersfield in a second. Amtrak Hom. Thanks for being a member. Director Pepper. Um, and Israel Bishop. Thank you. Scott K9812. Bernard Gonzalez. I'll have to look up for that quote, Bernard. I haven't seen it myself, but I'll look up Anak123 and Jeff TE88. Jeff, I think you can see now that there has been new fighting. Thanks also to our members, Bradley John, Glenda, Dolly Hollick. Thanks, Stephen Briones. I appreciate it, Stephen. Thank you so much. And also thanks to on Twitch to Kendra Fox, CC, Andy in Austin, thanks for the gift sub. Gonzalez, thanks for subscribing. Kendra Fox again. Jax Haku, thanks for subscribing. And Andy in Austin and Big Dog Gaming. And Bartleby Finnegan and Naomi Russo and Jeff 1202 and Matthew Kohai 3. Thank you. Sorry to do those all at once. We were so busy I couldn't do them before. All right. Now, I want to get you updates on the Middle East, but I also want to check what's happening with I'll check. I see people listening to this scanner about this situation in Bakersfield. Really quick, I'm going to put the scanner on. I don't know if there's anything on the scanner. There was a bomb threat and possible hostage situation in Bakersfield. I'm going to just quickly check the Bakersfield scanner via Broadcastify. Well, that's interesting. Why is it not? Hold on. Is it not on anymore? That's weird because I'm looking at the top feeds and I don't see it. Did something happen to it? Where is the California? Oh, it's offline. Some viewers are saying it went offline. Is that what happened, Kern? Yes, it looks like, so the Kern County Sheriff in Bakersfield police scanner. What happened to that? People were listening to that. Is that what happened? Hold on a second here. Just to see. Because I wasn't listening to it. It popped up on my phone a little while ago. And now when I check Broadcastify, it's not there. Oh, I could look I would be shocked if they were talking about their active operations at this point still on a public scanner. But yeah, so again, I am not aware right now of a scanner publicly available that lots of people are listening to. Kate Rose says they closed the Bakerfield scanner feed about 40 minutes ago. Well, now I can't play. There may be somebody who has some sort of scanner that they've figured out how to get access to, and they're playing it online somewhere. I can't steal their scanner feed. I got to know where it's coming from. And I'm also not going to play it unless it's publicly available. So I can tell you that the scanner that people were listening to on the very popular one, it looks like, is not working anymore. All right, give me a second. Somebody else mentioned that Dad's Gone Live was there. And again, I have to catch up because we've been covering this and I'm not going away from this. I just haven't had any real time to look into it. So I'm trying to just give you an update on that. Give me a second here. Oh, Dad's Gone Live is live there, showing a bear cat. Hang on a moment here. Dad's Gone Live on YouTube is showing a bear cat going down the street. All right, hang on a moment here. Let me see if I can get an update, guys. But if you go to Dad's Gone Live on YouTube, they just showed a bear cat going down the street. But he looks like he's across the street, and he's doing some filming. Let me see also here. Check something real quick. Yeah, Dad's Gone Live is like, I think, across the street and basically can see some down the street. And let me try one other thing here. Yeah, I'm assuming that these Kern County feeds I'm actually seeing are not going to give us much because people aren't really listening to them. All right, let me try to get you an update on that. And again, I'm still giving you updates on the Middle East too. I just wanted to get you updated on that. Let's see here. Hold on. So I guess what's happening is there's a man in Bakersfield. It's a man who's barricaded with an unknown number of people. ABC News says. And police say everybody inside is safe and crisis negotiators are talking to the man. And BakersfieldNow.com is reporting that a man, again, there was a bomb threat at the Chase Bank at 17th and Chester. There's a man who has some hostages. Police say he apparently had a bomb strapped to his body. And everybody is safe from what police said inside the building. Okay? So, there's that. I'll keep an eye out for more on that. Oh, hey guys. Yeah, one of our viewers mentioned this. Thanks for mentioning it. Just so you know, CENTCOM posted this. So you can see Iran in their statement said that they said they attacked an air base and helicopter in one of the countries of the region, and they attacked the headquarters of the U.S. Fifth Fleet. They didn't say that they hit them, by the way. They didn't say they damaged anything, okay? From what I can see in the Revolutionary Guard statement. The CENTCOM posted, thanks to the viewer for mentioning this, CENTCOM posted a few minutes ago, claim Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Sorry, that's nothing. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps claims they struck. I don't see that claim. again, CENTCOM says Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps claims they struck U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters in Bahrain and the U.S. air base in the region with missiles and drones today. False. All Iranian attacks on U.S. forces failed. U.S. forces remain vigilant. But if you look at what Iran said, sometimes Iran will claim that they did damage. I don't see that in Iran's claim. The words in the Iranian claim, if the translation is correct, is in response to this aggression, the U.S. airbase and helicopters located in one of the countries of the region, as well as the headquarters of the U.S. Fifth Fleet, were attacked by missiles and drones. They don't say that the missiles and drones actually hit anything. So, again, I'm not aware that I have not seen Iran claim that they actually struck the headquarters, U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters in Bahrain and a U.S. air base in the region. From the statement I see from the IRGC, which was posted on Iranian state media, it says attacked, not struck. Okay. Okay. Now, yeah, Dad's Gone Live has a camera down this right down the block from the bank in Bakersfield where there's that hostage situation. Dad's Gone Live is on YouTube. And so I want to just check people's comments too. Sorry, it's been so busy here. And I am planning on covering the California election results. But those polls don't close, I believe, until 11 Eastern time. And I got to figure out how we're doing this with the election stream, because I think it's going to be a different stream. A recap? Well, I have right there on the screen the two statements from Iran and the U.S., from the U.S. on the left and Iran on the right, about what they say happened right there. But new fighting. Gatto thinks Iran is losing big time. Thug Aim thinks the truth is in the middle with these two. PD Clump says the U.S. military as well as Iran have no requirement to provide all the details of what has occurred. I have not seen, Adam Erickson, any statement from President Trump yet about this. Have I seen a statement from Netanyahu about it? No, I should look. Nothing from Trump about this yet. I haven't seen anything from Netanyahu yet. You can see here, Reuters says hostilities flare again in Iran war, talks at stalemate. Talks at a stalemate. Hostilities in the Gulf erupted anew today with report of missile attacks on Kuwait, while little progress was evident in diplomatic talks between Iran and the U.S. We showed you the statements about what happened. Again, we have the U.S. saying that they successfully defeated multiple Iranian ballistic missiles and drones and conducted air defense, self-defense strikes on Qasem Island in Iran in response to attempted attacks by Iran across the Middle East. In the last several hours, Iran launched several ballistic missiles toward regional neighbors. Sounds like it was Kuwait and Bahrain. However, all failed to hit their intended targets. 2 Iranian missiles fired at Kuwait fell short or broke apart en route, and 3 missiles launched at Bahrain were immediately intercepted by the U.S. and Bahrain Air Defense Forces. Moments earlier, U.S. Central Command forces shot down 3 one-way attack drones launched by Iran towards civilian mariners that were rightfully transiting regional waters. American forces also conducted self-defense strikes on an Iranian military ground control station on Qasem Island. No U.S. personnel were harmed. So that's what the U.S. said happened. And they point out here that Iran and the U.S. last week said they had reached an initial agreement to halt the war. Did Iran ever say that? Did that? I don't recall hearing a statement from Iran about that, in that effect. I mean, I might just be misremembering. I know President Trump said it about a week and a half ago, but the two sides have yet to sign off on the deal. Iranian media reported that Tehran has not communicated with Washington for several days, says Reuters, but President Trump said negotiations have not stopped. Oh, did he post about this, an update today about this? Let's see. Yes, here is President Trump's post that President Trump posted about 7 hours ago. At 1 p.m. Eastern, President Trump posted, fake news reports that Iran and the USA stopped speaking a few days ago are false and erroneous. The conversations between us have been going on continuously, including 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 1 day ago, and today. Where they lead, one never knows. But as I told Iran, it's time one way or another for you to make a deal. You've been doing this for 47 years and it cannot be allowed to go on any longer. President Donald J. Trump. So he posted that. JTB, our viewer, says, we will negotiate every day for the next 10 years. Patrick Junio says, Iran has denied that. Cravon thinks Israel strikes are back on once U.S. strikes resume. U.S. Gulf war vet thinks IRGC needs to be totally annihilated. Top Shelf Oats says, of course he says fake, that means it's true. All right, so President Trump said that. And hold on. Reuters says, since mid-March, Trump has repeatedly said he is close to a deal that would end the fighting and allow negotiators to tackle thorny issues, including the future of Iran's nuclear program. Trump has said stopping Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons is his top priority. Iran denies it is developing a nuclear bomb and says its atomic program is for people's peaceful purposes. Tehran is seeking access to billions of dollars in oil revenues, waivers on crude exports, a lifting of a U.S. blockade on its ports, and continued leverage over the strait. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio told lawmakers today that the U.S. would agree to sanctions relief only if Iran agrees to give up its nuclear activity. Okay, so we have that going on. Let me just see if I have any updates coming out of Middle East. Not seeing more from Iranian state media. All right, here is my question. My question is this. What I need to do is, as I mentioned, I already posted on Agenda Free TV social media that we're planning on coming back on and covering some of the election stuff. California, the polls close at 11 Eastern time, which is in about 2 hours, 40 minutes. By the way, Decision Desk HQ says that we may not know the results of the California primary for governor for days or weeks. For days or weeks. I believe most, if not all, people vote by mail in California. So it's very possible, I don't know for sure, but it's very possible that we won't have a winner. But I believe candidates are supposed to speak tonight. Also, there's the LA mayor race, which I want to talk about too. So we're going to do a stream on that. But just so you know, it's possible that we won't get the winners tonight in the California race. It takes a long time to count. So we're going to cover that. And I haven't seen big updates on Bakersfield yet, the hostage situation at a bank there. Jen sent me a video that was posted by Status 6, who I find pretty reliable. And Status 6 posted a video that purports to show a failed launch of a Patriot interceptor in Kuwait tonight that appeared to have impacted a residential area. I haven't heard any statement on that from Kuwait or the US. I will post the link to that in the chat. I cannot confirm that. So we'll take a few minutes and see if we see anything else coming out of the Middle East. And what I'm going to eventually do is do a whole other stream on the election stuff. Maybe we should do a poll. We haven't done a poll yet. How about this for a poll? In June, there will be a deal, war resumes, neither. I'm not going to give both as a possibility. So I'm saying we're June 2nd. So I'm asking a question. I'm going to give you a poll question right now. In June, what's going to happen? A peace deal, war resumes, or neither? And it kind of keeps going like this. So, right, so I'm starting the poll right now. And I will show you guys the response that people give. All right, I just posted it on YouTube. Let's post it on Twitch. Okay, I just posted it on Twitch, and I'm going to post it on Facebook. Oops, and then we're going to tell you what people said. You know what I mean? Hopefully you understand by war resumes. I mean, it's not the fighting like we have now. I mean, because there's officially, I know what you're saying, but there's officially still a ceasefire. I mean, collapse of ceasefire. Both sides acknowledge the ceasefire collapsed, and we have more regular hostilities. Okay, hold on a moment here. All right, here's what people said. Oh, before I show you what people said, I need to show you this. Before I show you what people said, I need to show you people thinking about what to say. There you go. Thinking about what to say and then deciding. Okay, now let's put on the screen what you guys said. Okay, over on YouTube, 64% said war resumes in June. Only 6% said peace deal, and 30% said neither. On Facebook right now, it's kind of similar. 54% war resumes, 38% neither, and 8% peace deal. How about on Twitch? On Twitch, we have 78% war resumes, 18% neither, 4% say deal. So not many of you think there's going to be a deal. By the way, thanks to Bylerman for subscribing on Twitch and Tanger62 for subscribing on Twitch. Thanks also Kendra Fox and Cece for your support on Twitch, and Andy in Austin. Mr. Rubik says, I hope the 6% are right. Vader says, didn't the war already resume? Well, officially, no. The U.S. in the statement today literally said there's still a ceasefire. I still haven't seen a Trump statement. All right, here's what I think we should do. So thanks for voting in our poll. I appreciate you voting in the poll. I don't have any updates on the Bakersfield hostage situation where a person who may have a bomb strapped to them has hostages who are reportedly okay in a bank in Bakersfield. And there's a big police response there, but they are negotiating with the person at this point. Andy says, does anyone actually believe this war will end? Let me just see. Do I have any other updates here that I can give you? Oh, let me talk about the oil price. So Brent crude is trading again. So Brent crude, because Brent crude, I think, was closed temporarily market while a lot of this was going on. So Brent crude market just reopened, and it is currently at 97. And if you look here on TradingView, this is the 5-day, oops, no, this is the 5-day chart on TradingView. But a couple days ago, on June 1st in the morning, yesterday in the morning, it was at 93, and now it's 97. Meanwhile, WTI crude, which was at in the morning on yesterday, was at 89.40, is now up to 94.60. And just to check on this, Bitcoin, again, has had a rough couple days. There's a 1-week chart. So you can see, again, I can't explain why, but Bitcoin on May 31st at 10:45 p.m. May 31st, 10:45 p.m., it was at 73,690. Now it is at 66,653, according to TradingView. Rustyification says Bitcoin VIP. Yeah, I know Michael Saylor sold some Bitcoin. We talked about it. It wasn't that much. I think it was like $2.5 million. So I don't know how much that played into this. I don't know how much war stuff plays into this. I don't know how much other stuff plays into this. But here is the 1-month chart. Look at this. This is from, again, TradingView. Back on May 14th, which is only, what, about 3 weeks ago, less than 3 weeks ago, May 14th, it was about 81,600. But it goes up and down. I cannot tell you what it's going to do next. I have no idea. That's up. So your thoughts on it are up to you. I have no idea. I'm just letting you know. Oh, this was interesting too. I want to mention something else I saw. CBS News reported today that the pilot, remember when that F-15 was shot down over Iran and there was the big rescue? I can take this off. You remember when the F-15 was shot down over Iran and then there was that big rescue operation to go get the pilot? Was it the pilot or the co-pilot or the navigator? I can't remember. The second crew member. The rescue operation was for the second crew member, not the pilot. The pilot was rescued after several hours. So CBS News reports that the pilot of the jet that was shot down in Iran was previously flying one of the jets that was shot down at the start of the war by Kuwaiti friendly fire. Again, remember, like right towards the start of the war, there was this incident where there were 3 F-15s that were mistakenly shot down by Kuwait, and I believe that the personnel all ejected. He was flying one of those planes. And then he was shot down by Kuwait. And then he was flying the F-15 that got shot down over Iran. Pure Blood says time for that person to retire. That's according to CBS News today. It's quite a story. Joseph says that pilot has some bad luck. Amy Clark says that's one lucky dude. So I guess he ejected twice. He ejected from each of those planes, I assume. KH says, what are the chances? Now, also, CBS News said that pilot they got serious injuries. They sustained serious injuries in the Iran when they got shot down over Iran. Yeah, CBS News says the pilot ejected after his F-15 was one of the 3 shot down over Kuwait towards the start of the war in a friendly fire incident. Remarkably, just weeks later, he was again forced to eject when the F-15 he was flying got shot down over Iran. Crazy. Max, the director, says there's actually not that many fighter pilots. I wonder how many regularly fly missions over these places. Soulfly says I would give him vacation time. It's really an incredible story. Strong One says 3 ejections and he gets a free turkey. I mean, again, it wasn't just his plane shot down over Kuwait. It was 3 different ones. Bad Toastery said, I think he's lucky as he walked away from both. Well, supposedly I don't know the extent of his injuries. I forget what the updates were on that. He was seriously injured according to CBS News, but I hope he's doing better now. But he was seriously injured in the Iran incident. Okay. Let's see. I think here's what we're going to do. So, I'm not seeing big updates at the moment from the Middle East. We have been covering this new fighting that broke out. The U.S. initially, again, fired a missile at a tanker that was headed to Iran's Karg Island. Iran said it was an Iranian tanker. The U.S. said it was Botswana flagged. CENTCOM posted a video of them firing a missile at the engine room of this tanker that was heading to Iran's Karg Island. You can see it on the screen right now. You'll see it. There's the missile that came in. Hold on. You'll see the missile come into screen right there. There it comes. Boom. So that happened. That happened. And in response, apparently, according to the U.S. and Iranian statements, putting it all together, after this happened, Iran then fired on a ship in, I believe, in the Persian Gulf. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. But in the region, Iran fired at a civilian ship, and then the U.S. said they shot down 3 Iranian drones launched toward civilian mariners, which Iran said it had fired on a ship in response to the U.S. firing at an Iranian tanker. After Iran fired on the ship, the U.S. then launched strikes, and the U.S. said they called them self-defense strikes, and they hit an Iranian military ground control station on Keshem Island. And then after that, Iran fired missiles at Bahrain and Kuwait. Specifically, they said at U.S. bases in Bahrain and Kuwait. And let's see here. And the U.S. said that none of those missiles did any damage. They said the 2 Iranian missiles fired at Kuwait fell short or broke apart en route, and 3 missiles launched at Bahrain were intercepted by U.S. and Bahrain air defense. So that was the latest back and forth, which we were just covering here. And I mean, This has happened numerous days the last, I want to say, week and a half or so. We've seen exchanges of fire, but today seemed, well, the fact that the U.S., I don't think Iran has fired at Bahrain in a while. All right, so that stuff is going on, but there's still officially a ceasefire, the U.S. says. And so that's the update I have on that. And we're going to be doing a stream on the election. So I'm thinking, pre-breakfast banana, our viewer says, this is silly. We are both losing. Nobody wins. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is Saint Evnikes says, so because they didn't hit the target means we're not going to respond? I mean, it looks at this point like the U.S. isn't saying it's going to take any more action against Iran for firing those missiles. Doesn't seem like it at this point. That seems to be where it has ended for the moment. Now, you might agree or disagree with that. David Joe Klotz thinks Iran is losing. Night Stalker says it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. So what I think we're going to do is I want to start another stream where we talk about the election stuff, but I got to do that pretty soon. So why don't I start wrapping up this stream, and then shortly I'm going to come on with a new election stream. During the election stream, if I hear updates about Bakersfield, I'll let you know. I just don't have much information on it. But again, I know they're negotiating in Bakersfield with this person who's holding hostages and might have a bomb at a bank. That's happening there. Hopefully that can get under control. Oh, Jen, our viewer, thanks, Jen. She mentioned that Shin said that there are reports of jet activity over Western Tehran. Oh, Shin says it's not a fighter jet, but a twin-engine low passing over Iran. That's what Shin thinks it is. Not a fighter jet. Anyways, let me get off the air and then I'll come back on the air, okay? So in a little, no, I'm not going to transport you guys. I got to get off for a few minutes and then set up the new broadcast, and then we'll just do a new broadcast. So give me a few minutes. But I really appreciate people being here for the stream, and I hope you can join us in a few minutes on our election stream. But it's coming up soon, so keep an eye out. Also, you can check out Dad's Gone Live. He has a camera, I think, across the street from where the bank is, or down the street from where the bank is. So you can check out Dad's Gone Live on YouTube if you want to for that. And also, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and for posting comments and letting me read them and sending me updates. I'm sorry I couldn't get to more comments, but we need to get the new stream for the election coming up. Turn on, subscribe, follow the channel, Agenda Free TV. We cover all kinds of live breaking news without an agenda. Agenda Free TV. And I would turn on our notifications because those work really well. We have a free notification system where you sign up once for free and you get sent a notification every time we go live beforehand. It works great. The mods will post the link to the free notifications in the chat. You can find the link in the description of this video too on Facebook and YouTube. So sign up for those. But again, in a short while, I'll have a new stream posted and come on with election coverage. And also, what was I going to mention? Huge thanks to our mods for being here. Our mods are awesome. They're so awesome. They're the ones that allow us to have chat rooms. Ruth, and I'm sure in the election stream, we'll have our exchange of views going on in the chat rooms. The healthy, passionate exchange of views. Hey, thanks, Ruth, Beth Mythical, over there on YouTube moderating, and all of our other moderators who've been there on YouTube for this broadcast. Thanks to our Twitch moderators, Big Ball of Yarn, LB Prairie Dawn, I Got That Fire, Matthew Kohai 3, and Sarah. And our other Twitch moderators, Linda Belk, Larry, and Misha moderate for us on X. And our Facebook moderators. Where did my Facebook page go? We'll talk about some of the other elections too. I think we're going to focus on the California ones though, in the stream. Thanks, Kay Larry Body, Michael Fergal for moderating on Facebook. Thank you, Kay. and all of our other moderators and Michael. And also, hey, thanks to, I owe a couple more things. Thanks to everybody who supported the channel today. I really appreciate that. That's so nice of you. That is how the channel can be on the air, is your support. I owe a thanks to Mitchell Pilot. Mitchell Pilot thinks there will never be large-scale strikes against Iran during Trump's term going forward. Trump is done with that. That's what Mitchell Pilot thinks. Thank you, Mitchell Pilot, least trustworthy weasel, Renee Lorraine from Canada, Cyrus the Virus for being a member. Thanks Shane Ireby for letting me know. I'll have to look that up later. Thanks to Shane Ireby for your support and for mentioning that. Thanks. PH Survivor as well. Thanks, PH Survivor. Oh, did Dad's Gone? Oh, and Dad's Gone Live gave a super chat. Thanks, Dad's Gone Live. As I've been saying, I told people you can watch his stream. He has a camera across the street from the bank. It looks like in Bakersfield. So check out Dad's Gone Live. Thank you, Dad's Gone Live. Thank you, PH Survivor 92. Thanks, Beam Me Up. I appreciate it. Beam Me Up. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks, Kate Rose, who said there's a guy on YouTube who's in a skyscraper nearby. I haven't even had a chance to look. I'll have to look into that. Thanks, Kate Rose. I'll look into it when I take the break. Also, Stephen Briones. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen, I don't believe that the ship that was fired upon was hit. I've heard no updates that a ship was hit. The U.S. said it shot down drones that were targeting civilian mariners. I'm not aware that any ship was hit in the Gulf during all of this today. I'll let you know if it was, except for the one that the tanker that the U.S. targeted, obviously. Thanks, Glenda and Bradley Lore, for being members. Hey, also, follow us on X at Agenda Free TV. That's another good way to find out when we're going live. At Agenda Free TV, I post there when we're going live and post updates about the channel. X at Why am I hearing two of me? I'm hearing two of me. That's at Agenda Free TV right there. And also, I will post updates when I'm off the air, but I'm going to be back on the air shortly. I will be back on the air shortly, but I do post updates when I am not on the air on my X account on at Lookner. So you can follow me over there if you'd like, at Lookner. Give me a moment. And, thanks. We do have a Discord chat. You can chat with other viewers on Discord for free. Check out our free Discord chat. A bunch of our viewers like to do that. It's the same link as the free notifications link. And big thanks to our Discord mods who help out on Discord. Thank you. And a quick reminder for those who watch on YouTube, I would recommend turning on the YouTube notifications. That's a good way to find out when we're live as well. But if you want to get the YouTube notifications, what you need to do is subscribe to the channel, then click on the bell and choose all notifications. If you're already subscribed, well, make sure you click on the bell and choose all notifications. And I also want to shout out our subscribers on Facebook. Again, I'm going to get off the air and come back on shortly. I'm going to get off the air and set up the new broadcast and come back on the air. Thank you to our Facebook subscribers like Diane Allworth and Kristen McConnell Gates and Kay Lowry Body and Brian Daviau and all of our other Facebook subscribers. Thank you. And our Twitch subscribers, Naomi Russo, Beatnik Bandic, Wisco Joe, Strong One, Chi-Town Bear, Midtown Mike, No Goal. Thanks, No Goal, for subscribing. Who else over there? Andy in Austin, Simp Nasty Scrimp, Justin Winters, Jax Haku, Atomic Farting, Daz Lees, AFK Alien, Justin D. Winters, and all of our other Twitch subscribers, thank you. And our YouTube members, thanks so much to our YouTube members. Evelyn in Maine, Miss Link, Yoyu, Confidence in God, Pat W, CAC813, Joseph Say, and who else? Jin Zhao, Electronic Progression, Amy Clark says, Davina, the one and only, thank you. And Extra AF, Amy Clark says, Yogurt Slinger, Alaskan Lost, Skip, Gregory Scherer, Marcus, Arcus Spud, J.K. Sinar, Haruna Q, thank you. Beatnik Bandic, thanks for subscribing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm wrapping up this stream in a moment. Oh, thanks, Kendra Fox, again, for your support. And Alper on Twitch and Alper420, thank you. So I'm going to wrap up the stream and then set up the new election results stream. So I got to go do that. Okay, hold on a second here. All right, so let me do that. Let's do that. Busy evening. Nothing from Trump about what just happened in the Middle East, by the way, yet. All right. That is it for now. Thank you for joining us for our update on the new fighting in the Iran war. And we'll keep you updated on that. I'll be back in a little bit after this broadcast with a new stream on the elections, focusing on the California and LA election results, California governor and LA mayor. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon in a few minutes with more live coverage right here at Agenda Free TV.